Institute and also attended trainings and development programs in leadership, entrepreneurship, and management. He has undergone various marketing and managerial leadership trainings, including the CEP program at both the Lagos Business School and IESE Business School of the University of Navarra, Barcelona, Spain. He is a member of the United States National Association of Home Builders. And with the round of applause, let's welcome Mr. Emmanuel Odemayowa. Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Also joining today is one of our partners from operates from both ends, UK and United Arab Emirates. And person of Mr. Azeem Khan. Mr. Azeem Khan, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Since graduating with a degree in business and finance in 2010, Azeem started to build his career as a financial advisor within the UK and banking sector. Focused, motivated, and driven, Azeem has respected his passion through his meticulous work ethics and ambition to provide a flawless service. Azeem's reputation as true professional has seen him acquire on the list is our friend from the UK, Louis Smith. You're welcome.
Afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Okay. All right. Okay, Louis Smith is the commercial director of X1 Development. Louis Smith heads up our property sales side of the business, while also bringing his well-connected network to the development of finance aspect of the company also. Louis has been involved with millions of pounds worth of unit sales and boasts an impressive global network of partnerships. Louis and his team efficiently manage an impressive number of agents national activities to achieve corporate monthly performance related goals. Having many years of experience in the property industry, not only in sales but also in property development, Louis has a well-rounded knowledge of the full process of property development from land acquisitions to point of sale. Louis also plays a major role in not only helping find new development, but also providing expertise to the X1 board for which new developments to pursue. As an extremely well-connected individual, Louis also plays a part in costing development financing for projects as well as being involved in large-scale daily partnerships, probably having very close relationship with the sole owner of the business. Louis has been given a vast amount of trust and responsibility to oversee the sales and financial aspect of the company. On the personal side, he's an active traveler where work allows and regularly plays jobs around the country and abroad, always looking to expand his network, not only commercially, but also personally, and always ready to take on the challenge. You're welcome, Louis.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we get things started immediately. Once again, this is GPP business meeting, and the theme of this media edition is investing in UK real estate. I'm very soon be inviting the CEO of Global Quality Partners to give the welcome address. While he gets ready, let's have a short break. We'll be back shortly.
An exquisite 14-floor mixed-use facility is set to adorn the high-profile Ozumba Mbadawe Road in Victoria Island, Lagos. Welcome to the future of real estate investment, the Pacific Lagos. The project is designed to provide tenants with a healthy work environment with low water and energy consumption and everything that people need to work productively and yet live life to the fullest. The commercial spaces and the residential apartments have breathtaking views of the Lagos Lagoon and the Atlantic Ocean. To accomplish great things, you must not only dream, but also believe. Not only plan, but act. The Pacific Lagos. Live, work, play.
Okay, you're welcome back. Just quickly run through the order of program. We will be having a welcome address shortly. After that, we have a short break. Then we have Azeem can handle the first talk. Then again, we go into a question and answer session. After that, we have a short break. Then we get in Luis to take talk 2, for like 20 minutes. Then we also get time to ask questions. And then there will be a short interaction, for our speakers and there are other questions. Then by the next 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, we should be out of here. So can we welcome CEO Global Quality Partners as it takes the welcome address. So welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Laolu. Hi, everyone.
Hi there.
I believe we are doing great. So it's great to be here, and just to start by welcoming my co-panelists and my co-panelists anyway. That's Azeem Khan and Lee Smith. So like I said, it's really great to be here. What we have done at Global Quality Partners is to put this together to see how we can encourage a lot of Africans, especially Nigerians, to be able to invest into properties in the diaspora. But I'll start this morning by first saying that, saying a bit about what Global Quality Partners, what we are actually all about. So the company is founded on the basis of doing commercial real estate. So for us, we are within the group called the Cavalry Business and Investment Group. I am also the managing director for Cavalry Business and Investment Group. So at GPP, we focus more on commercial real estate. Within our group, we still have some of our businesses that also do residential, real estate. But within for Global Quality Partners Limited, most of our activities are centered around commercial real estate. So there are some other areas that we also work on, and that is our infrastructure finance. So what we do here in this area is that we actually work with some of our partners. One of them is Azeem Khan, the managing director of Gulfcoast Finance. So we work with some other entities to facilitate financing of infrastructure in Nigeria, Africa, and some other developing countries around the world. Another area we also specialize at GPP is mortgage facilitation. We do that locally, and we also do internationally. Like for the project Luis will be talking about, and Azeem will also be talking about today. So I believe, especially the market in the United Kingdom, the way it works is largely depends on a mortgage, for people to pay for their apartments. So basically, we also do this. We facilitate the mortgage for people that are interested in buying into these properties. So, but not just on the UK market, we do it in the UAE. We also do locally in Nigeria too. So, like I said, most of them we work with our partners. We also do a lot of partnership and co-investing. And what we mean by that is that we do joint venture projects. So we partner with both individuals and corporate entities, to develop projects. So like our major project that we are building right now, which is called the Pacific Lagos, is actually on a very major part of Lagos Metro, I think the city, the commercial part of Lagos City, it's called Ozumba Mbadue. So Victoria Land, where Ozumba is actually the major commercial hub. I'll probably say maybe in the whole of Nigeria. That's where we have all the headquarters of the major banks, in Nigeria, and of course some other blue chip companies. So that is where the project is located in right now. So we also do facility management. We do that within GPP. We also do with one of our sister firms, called a GMB. So we work with GMB in terms of facility management. We go into a lot of investment. And right now, another major area that we just went to is the area of energy. So we're doing energy, especially in terms of gas, crude oil, marketing and all that. So we do that working with people at the level of the federal government, and the agencies that are directly responsible, for making this happen, in our country, Nigeria. So thank you very much. Just to welcome everybody once again, to this event. Like I said at the beginning, we put this event together, not just only Nigerians, but Africans generally, and of course, even people outside Africa, to participate in the UK real estate industry. Right now, if you actually follow the UK real estate trend, you discover that right now is the best time to invest into the UK real estate market. We have been doing a lot of trend analysis ourselves at GPP. And what we see right now is that, especially post-COVID, I know right now, if you look at what is happening in the UK, we're already almost getting to post-COVID era. So looking at the post-COVID era in the United Kingdom, the kind of investment that is coming to the real estate industry there is actually massive. So for people in countries like Nigeria and some other parts of Africa, Ghana, South Africa, Cameroon, and so on, we are looking at how we can bring people to that platform where they can invest and do one particular thing that maybe a lot of people do not realize. And that thing is hedging against inflation. So we realize that in a lot of the African countries, you have a massive inflation. Once you have an investment or you have some fund you set aside, within a period of 12 months to 18 months, you discover that the value will actually be massively affected by inflation. So one of the major strategies to hedge against inflation is to invest into major countries, major economies like the United Kingdom, United States, where you know that the economies, the currencies are relatively, not even just relatively, I think they are majorly stable. You understand? So at Global Property Partners Limited, we are doing this to see how we can empower our clients. So I will not take much of our time this morning because we still have our other guys on the panel that are actually going to take the talk. We have Azeem, who is going to handle the financing, because I know that is actually very important. And then Louis Smith, that will be talking about the particular project that we at Global Property Partners Limited are bringing people to come and invest in. So I want to thank everybody once again, especially our participants that have come from far and wide to be part of this event. So I thank you very much, and I wish you a great event as you go on. So thank you very much. And over to Laolu.
Thanks so much, sir. That's a very good one. A very good one. Okay, so we move in fact. So the next thing now is another interlude. Then after interlude, I hope Azeem is set for his presentation. So immediately after the interlude, Azeem will take the stand. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Laolu. And obviously, thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, for setting everything up for today. Yeah, so Gulfcoast Finance, we're a finance company originally from the UK, being set up in the UK nearly 15 to 20 years. We moved to the Middle East in 2014. So we have an international presence as to what we do as a company. Mainly today, we're going to be talking about the UK as to why people are actually investing in the UK. Why wouldn't you invest in the UK? The UK market is actually a 250 years old mature market in the sense of tangible assets, where capital appreciation is actually the emphasis of people buying in the UK. There's so many major factors why people are actually buying in the UK purely for, it could be for a buy-to-let purpose. It could be actually purely for future, for the children to actually go for education. So there's actually a property there which could actually be utilized. The other factor is there's a supply and demand in the UK, which is increasingly going up. There's a lot of renovation projects, mainly focused around the northwest and Manchester area. Capital appreciation is extremely high in the UK when you actually compare it to the European markets, especially around the northwest or London area. Rental market is also a high demand. There's undersupply of properties, so obviously a lot of professionals living and working in the city areas actually need to buy properties. So for someone who's actually looking to buy in the UK as a buy to let, a capital and rental appreciation is generally tax efficient. It's a market where the stability, the political stability, there's regulations in place, such as regulations on properties, regulations on the financial side, but you're actually buying something which is actually a secure and market compared to countries where there's a lot of political stability. In the UK is actually extremely stability is actually a key factor there. The key section which Mr. Emmanuel highlighted is actually the appreciation of capital and generally what's actually happening in the UK. Generally, you'll find, I'll probably say from our experience, probably 60% of our actually clients have actually been West African clients. These people are actually either buying for the first time in the UK, or they actually own property where they're looking to build a portfolio. We have managed to package things together where we can actually offer, when it comes to buying, we have a whole transaction, which is also a good peace of mind, especially when buying in the UK. So it just gives you that peace of mind that there are regulations in place. There's a clear structure in place when actually purchasing a property. Regards to as to where you purchase, at the moment, the Northwest, it seems to be the key area, purely because of what's happening in the renovation projects. There's so many projects coming up, and it's a great time to actually put money into the UK. Due to the COVID, as we are fully aware what's happening around the world, the UK property market is actually been on a positive side. It's not had any impact due to COVID compared to any other countries. I'll give you a prime example. We're in the Middle East. We've had a major impact due to COVID in the properties, but when you compare it to the UK has actually seen more positive influence of people actually buying in the UK, purely because the pound is so weak, and generally it's a high demand in properties. Other than that, I think the market is actually a vibrant market at the moment. You know, it's the best time to actually buy. There are some excellent projects happening in the UK, and the benefit is that we actually offer the peace of mind where we will actually give you the mortgage as a backing, so you're actually buying something which is obviously when you're spreading the cost. The rental actually covers the mortgage. So like I said, it's a really great time to actually purchase in the UK. Back to you, Mr. Laolu.
Yeah. Go on. Go on.
Yeah. Any questions or any questions that you want to?
Okay. All right. If you're listening to all you have said, if you have any questions, just drop your question or your comment. We have, like I said earlier, we have the question and answer icon. Just click on it and drop it. Also, you can always drop your comment. But I have a question, and I believe others probably also benefit from this. So, Azeem,
yep.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that it's very good to actually invest in the UK real estate now? And if yes, So I know Louis is going to still talk about that as well, but let me
Yeah.
just rather than jumping the gun. Really. But now, can you just give us the figures to a little bit of maybe like 2 minutes or 1 minute analysis of what really points out the fact that UK real estate is attractive at the moment?
It's a really good question. I think that the answer to your question is that currently the market in the UK is such a vibrant market. I was reading the BBC News this morning. It's actually seen the highest prices in the month of March and April in property prices. So there's a big step of increase of prices going up. So this is actually in prime COVID, where there's been a pandemic, and it just shows that the UK market, property market, has not had any negative presence. It's actually seen the more positives, where prices are actually going up, which means there's a supply and demand. For people looking to buy as investors, it's a great time to buy because there's always a demand for rental. So you get a lot of professionals in the city areas which will always rent. So a rental appreciation is actually extremely positive, and obviously the capital appreciation. Another key factor is the UK market is trending at a percentage where you're looking at a really good capital appreciation. When we talk in percentage, it could be anything between 20 to 30%, depending on which city or which town that you actually purchase. City living, it seems to be the way forward. The projects that we actually have, which Lewis will actually go through, are prime locations where you've got a lot of amenities with transport. There's the renovation projects, professionals working and living in the city, ideally want to live in the city. You'll find the universities where people graduate tend to actually stay in the city that they graduated rather than moving back to their home cities. So that demand is always going to increase because obviously there's a shortage of supply, and there's more demand. So people are actually looking to buy. It's a really great time. And you do have that flexibility with where we can actually finance anything that you purchase through a mortgage in the UK. Interest rates are actually at the lowest. The Bank of England is actually the lowest that it's ever been. So borrowing against a property prices is actually quite favorable. We get a lot of questions as to why can a foreign international buy with a mortgage. 100%, we can actually give you a mortgage regardless if you have any UK banking or any banking history. So that's something that we can discuss a bit more in details.
Okay. That's good. So now in the UK, like I said, I know Louis is still going to touch some area, but I'm just keen about in the UK. And the UK will be a good investment. Are there specific locations in the UK that will be of best for investment?
Yeah, a really good question. When we say location is actually key as to where you purchase. But in the UK, you have the major factors, which is the south, the Midlands, the northwest, and Scotland, which is the north. Currently, the main focus actually is on the northwest, which is anything from Liverpool, Manchester, Leeds, and obviously you go up to Yorkshire, Sheffield area. So these areas actually are quite key areas where there's a high flux of investors and developers actually like X1 actually projecting, building projects. The main factor is there's more capital appreciation. If you actually look at the general reports of PwC or KPMG, you will see that the percentage of growth in the northwest is actually higher compared to London. London is generally it's a great market, but you'll find rental appreciation is not as high unless you're actually purchasing on the outskirts of London, where there's a commute, where people are actually more affordable houses. For example, X1 has a great project which Lewis will go through. So like I said, UK locations, I think northwest, ideally, personally, my advice is to focus where you will see more capital appreciation in the northwest, which is Manchester, Liverpool area.
Okay, so Manchester, right? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, someone just dropped a question, and the person said, this question coming from Ajiboye Oladapo. He's saying, what is the average rate of return when you invest in UK real estate?
Yeah, so a really good question. The average rate of return, if you do a comparison over a 5-year period, it could be anything between probably 25 to 33%. Generally, that's what the capital appreciation. Now, bearing in mind, if you're buying something under construction, you're buying at a premium where the price is generally favorable, obviously while it's under construction. But as the project builds and completes, you've already seen that capital appreciation. So how we see it in finance is that you've already built the equity initially straight away in a property. As it completes, bearing in mind the inflation and the general supply and demand has also appreciated too. So a really good point, a really good question. And I generally will say anything between 25 to 33%. I'm sure Lewis will give us a bit more in analysis details as to based on their projects, what is actually the key factor, but from experience, is quite high.
Okay, yeah. Thanks so much, Azeem. That was well
No worries,
answered.
thank you.
All right, so we move on. So before we move to the to talk too precisely, let's just have a brief interlude. We'll be right back. Thank you.
The Pacific Lagos. This is a mixed-use development with 2 distinct luxury towers, a 10-floor commercial tower with premium office spaces, and a 12-floor residential with hotel apartments. Each apartment at the Pacific Lagos is a masterpiece in itself, with functional floor plans, top-of-the-line luxury finishes, gourmet quality kitchens, and large windows enhanced by uncompromised views of our magical city and the Lagos Lagoon. The commercial tower was designed to address the future of the workplace, while considering human capital to be an organization's most valuable resource. The Pacific Lagos. Live, work, play.
Okay, yeah, we're back. We're back, and it was indeed, yeah, no, very short but precise and on point presentation by Azeem. We appreciate so much, and we expect to hear more from you soon. So we'll move to the next one, which is let's invite Louis Smith as he handles the opportunities at X1 Properties and the current projects ongoing. Over to you, Louis.
Yeah, thanks everyone for inviting me today as a panelist, and thanks Azeem and Emmanuel for your introductions as well. So just to give a bit of background before we go into the project. So I'm Louis Smith, the Commercial Director at X1, and we specialise in property development and also property lettings. So we established back in 2009. And to date, we've done over 40 developments, equating to just over £1.2 billion development GDV. As Azeem mentioned, so typically 80% of our buyers are purchasing for investment and buy-to-let. So our key hotspots, so we're actually headquartered in Manchester. So typically the northwest, the northern powerhouse of the UK is where we see the most growth and the most rental demand and rental yields. So just touched upon the question regarding the annual return. So the latest Zoopla property report from March this year, from March last year, actually showed that Manchester was the highest performing city in terms of capital growth. So during peak COVID, Manchester property prices increased 6.5%, which was more than any other UK city. Birmingham was around 4% and London was just 1.8%. So that just shows, how strong and resilient the Manchester market is, and obviously during a pandemic as well. In terms of rentals, you're looking at around 6%. So we actually guarantee the rent at 6% per year. So combined with the capital growth, you're looking at a possible return of up to 12.5% per annum. So if I just share my screen, and then we can dive into some of our current projects. I think if I could just be enabled the host just to share my screen. Yeah, I think Laolu, if you could just, yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, so today I just want to do a brief introduction, who we are as a developer, our company track record over the last decade, the services we offer, and obviously our company ethos and what we believe in. And then we'll talk about our latest projects, our latest investment opportunities, two being in Manchester, so Michigan Towers and Manchester Waters. We'll also have a look at the Manchester property market, why Manchester is such a buy-to-let hotspot at the moment, the pros and cons of investing in Manchester. And then we'll discuss our down south, so southeast of London project, Chatham Waters, which is completed, and then obviously Q&A and feedback at the end. So as I mentioned, X1, we established back in 2009. We've developed over 7,500 units, which equates to just over a £1.2 billion development GDV. We don't only offer property development, so we also established back in 2009 our own lettings and management company, X1 Lettings. So we've seen, because quite a few of our clients, national and international clients, wanted a full package service from developing a property to obviously completing, managing and letting the property for them. So we realised it was important to also have a lettings arm of the business, and yeah, we can, we complete the properties, build the properties, and then manage and let the properties for clients as well. Our headquarters, as mentioned, is in Manchester, but we also have offices in Leeds, Liverpool, and Chatham, Kent as well. So just have a look at our current property portfolio and track record. So this is the Chatham Waters project, which we'll discuss in a little bit more detail later on. So this is completed in January. A couple of projects we've completed in Liverpool over the years. A Manchester project that we completed last year. So last year, we completed 5 projects, 4 being in Manchester. So we've seen just a small marginal delay with COVID from a construction point of view. So the longest delay we've seen because of COVID was 6 to 8 weeks. That was mainly just due to the new restrictions and requirements the contractors had to take when obviously working with the workforce. So X1 The Campus will be a student project we have done. So mainly we focus on residential. So 85% of our portfolio is residential, but we also do a couple of purpose-built student accommodation projects as well. And then a couple of other Manchester projects we've completed on also. And then this will be the Manchester Waters project, which will be one of the opportunities in discussion today. So this will be right on the waterfront, right next to Manchester City Centre, and will be 5 towers in total. So without further ado, Michigan Towers. So this is our latest investment opportunity in Manchester. So we released this project at the end of last year. So X1 Michigan Towers is our brand new residential multi-phase development consisting of 4 towers, so just over 1,300 units. The towers will be constructed sequentially, so towers 1, 2, 3, and 4 over an 8-year master plan. So it generally takes around 24 months to construct each of the towers, with Tower 4 being the shortest tower, which will be around 18 months construction. The accommodation breakdown, so we have townhouses, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. And generally from a rental point of view, the 1 and 2 bedrooms generally the most popular and the most demand, but there are only 9 townhouses in the development and only 1 3-bedroom per floor as well. So we would expect in the case of Michigan Towers for all the apartments to be fully tenanted very fast. The location of the project is in Media City. So Media City is the media centre of Manchester. So you've got 250 businesses located in Media City, including BBC, ITV, Kellogg's, Huawei, Bupa Private Healthcare, as well as its own university campus. So it's currently undergoing a £1 billion investment, which I'll show you later on. But these are the type of investment master plans which investors see the opportunities and obviously the capital growth in short term to 2 to 5 years. And you can see quite a significant return. So the estimated completion for Tower 1, so it is off plan. So obviously you can benefit from the off-plan prices, which can further lead to high returns. And the Tower 1 is estimated to complete Q2 2023, so just over 2 years from now. So if I just briefly show the launch video for this project to give a further insight of Michigan Towers. So this would be the Media City area, which I was discussing. So about 2 miles west of the city centre. And this would all be where all the 250 businesses are located here. You've got BBC offices, ITV, hotels, university. You've got the Lowry shopping centre here as well. So one of the largest shopping centres is in Media City. For football fans, you've got Manchester United Old Trafford Stadium just behind here as well. So from Michigan Towers, you do have a couple of apartments with Manchester United Stadium views. And then one of the main features why occupiers and specifically tenants like to live in Media City, it's a little bit cheaper than the city centre, so obviously the rental yield's higher, but you've also got the water feature and obviously the water keys flowing through Media City, which obviously you don't have in the city centre. So this would be the £1 billion expansion from Peel Holdings. This is currently under construction, and I'll show you the master plans of what Peel are an investment, multi-billion pound investment company, which built Media City from scratch back in 2007. And then this is phase 2 of their expansion in Media City, which is set to double Media City in size, and is a £1 billion master plan. In terms of connectivity, so you've got 2 tram stations outside the project. So you've got a tram station here and a tram station here, which go directly into Manchester city centre. And you've got 1 change line to get to Manchester Airport, and you can also access the other Manchester landmarks directly from this tram. The main way to get around Manchester is using the electric Metrolink tram system. So it is vital from obviously, if you look to buy a property, to have close proximity to a tram station. So one of my personal favourites about this project compared to the other projects we've done since 2009 is the focus on the landscaping and the public realm. So in between each of the blocks, with a variety of different landscaping, garden areas, retail and coffee shops at the bottom of each of the blocks, generally just to make Michigan Towers more than a standard residential accommodation, and a place where people can visit even if they're not staying in the project. So back to the presentation. So as I mentioned, 4 towers in total. So Tower 1 would be 30 floors in height, Tower 2, 34, Tower 3, 40, and Tower 4, 13 floors. And another way to distinguish each of the blocks, as well as the numbering, is by the external colours. So the architect actually designed the external facades to mirror a metallic type of finish. So Tower 1 is a gold type of metallic finish. Tower 2 is a rose gold type of metallic finish. Tower 3, a deep type of steel or platinum type of finish. Tower 4, a bronze type of facade. So this would be the exact location of Media City. So just a short 2 miles from the city centre. So it's about 3 stops or 2 stops from the tram at Michigan Towers. And then you can also see here the location in respect to all the shopping centres, the 250 businesses, the university, and also Manchester United Stadium here as well. So just provide a bit of background, a bit of a story about Media City. So as I mentioned, Peel Holdings, they built Media City. So that back in 2007, they did a joint venture with Legal & General. So L&G are one of the largest insurance pension fund companies in the UK. So they invested £650 million back in 2007. I mean, you can see how Media City looks like after that £650 million investment here. So this is all part of phase 1 Media City, which is how Media City looks today. Phase 2, so a further £1 billion expansion 15 years after their first initial investment. So this is under construction. So the construction started on this master plan last October, and this will be 10 new towers in Media City, mainly office space. So obviously that's good for Michigan Towers being targeted at residential tenants. And the tallest tower in the Media City phase 2 will actually be 25 stories, which makes Michigan Towers the tallest buildings in Media City and amongst the tallest buildings in Manchester as well. So Michigan Towers will be just left of these orange towers at the bottom of the left of the screen, so just over the tram line, so directly opposite this expansion. Here's another angle of the master plan. So it's set to double Media City in size, not just in terms of investment value, but also land mass. You can see here also how this expansion looks. So just a few reasons why Manchester, why Manchester's been the #1 investment location in the UK. I'd say over the last 10 to 15 years. So it's been repeatedly voted by HSBC as the #1 buy-to-let hotspot in the UK. So average yields in Manchester typically 69% higher than those in London. House prices increasing as well. So coupled with the appreciation and rental, house prices increasing around 6 to 7% per year. So a great example of that, as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, was during the peak of a pandemic, Manchester property prices still managed to increase 6.5%, which is quite ridiculous, to be honest, because it's the height of a pandemic, you wouldn't expect such a substantial increase. So around 6 to 7% is the general guideline for property appreciation in Manchester. These type of investment programs, so the likes of the PO Master Plan, we do see actually it's quite a significantly higher appreciation than that as well. So when PO did their first master plan in 2007, some of our investors in our project back in 2007 actually seen about 10 to 12% increase per annum in the capital growth. As Azeem mentioned earlier on, the Northwest, the Northern Powerhouse is generally the hottest place or region in the UK to invest. So property prices are set to increase 25% in the next 5 years compared to just 4% in London. By this calculation, you can see that Manchester is actually surpassing the Northwest property price increase. So one of the main reasons for this is Manchester's population is actually outgrowing the supply of new homes by nearly 15 times. So it all comes back to supply and demand, supply of tenants compared to the actual development of buildings, is about 15 times shortage. So this is one of the main reasons why the rentals are appreciating so fast and the property prices are increasing at such a high rate. The HS2, so when the high-speed train link and connecting London and Manchester in just 1 hour, a lot of companies such as Savills, KPMG expect this to further increase the population of Manchester. So we'd expect even more businesses to relocate from London or open offices in Manchester, as only just a 1 hour commute from Manchester to London. Manchester Airport is the third busiest airport in the UK and an international airport. And then, as mentioned, 80 of the 100 FTSE 100 companies already have offices in Manchester. So specifically, why you may consider investing in Michigan Towers or Media City. So point one, low ticket price, so just $175 for 1 bedroom in Michigan Towers, which is much lower than the city centre, higher rental yields because of this. You've got the expansion next door, so it's the £1 billion redevelopment of Media City. You've also got the rental guarantee. So for all our projects, we offer 2 years. So the first 2 years, we would guarantee the rental at 6% net. So this would be net of the ground rent, the service charge, and the management fee. So from an investment point of view, you can kind of assume 6% or 6.5% growth during the off-plan period, and then you can actually guarantee, or we can guarantee, that you receive 6% rental for the first 2 years. So coupled with the growth, looking at around 12.5% forecasted return per annum. And you've got the 2 transport links, so as mentioned, the 2 tram stations directly outside the project, and then a 999 years leasehold which is obviously attractive from an investment point of view for future generations. So included in the property, so this goes for Michigan Towers, Manchester Waters, and Chatham Waters as well. So all the apartments come fully furnished, so the kitchens, the flooring, the beds, the sofas, the fridge, the freezers, the bathrooms, everything's included in our properties. So basically on completion, the properties are ready to be tenanted without the landlords needing to spend any more money on the properties. A couple of examples of the 2 and the 3 bedroom here as well. And then we'd have only 7 townhouses available, and the townhouses will be on the ground floor, 2 stories in height, and also a private terrace as well. And then here's just an aerial photo showing a few of the different aspects and views from the project. So we have a mixture of water views, city centre views, media city views, and also on the higher floors, Manchester United Stadium views as well. Example of a city centre view. And then most of the units have some form of a garden courtyard view as well. And then you can see to the left, you can actually see those townhouses and how they're located in the development. And then a nice illustration showing the final 4 towers in their final forms. So that would be a quick introduction to our latest investment opportunity, Michigan Towers. Any questions, feel free to add into the Q&A box, and then we'll probably best reviewing all the questions for each of the projects at the end. But yeah, one of the main differences between Michigan Towers and Manchester Waters is obviously Michigan Towers, the first tower has just been released. Manchester Waters, we're on the final tower now as well. So a little bit different in that respect in terms of the project lifeline timeline. So Manchester Waters. So Manchester Waters would be 5 towers, so a multi-phase development like Michigan. So we've sold towers 1 to 4 pretty much, and we've just released the final tower. 742 units in total, so a little bit more of a smaller boutique type of development rather than Michigan. So most of the apartments have water views, big balconies, and obviously very large internal sizes as well. So in this project, we'd have studios, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units, similar to Media City. So again, part of an investment program by Peel Holdings, so a 10-year regeneration of the entire Pomona Island, which is a 26 acreage site. Walking distance to Manchester city centre, it's about 1.5 miles from the city centre. And then the price point with studios is obviously a little bit less as well, so £125,000 for the entry price apartment in this project. So the 5 towers in total, so the 5 towers actually increase in height as well. Directly located on the waterfront, so this is the first 2 towers which are now completed. You can see those units right at the waterfront have the best expansive views of the water and also views of the city centre as well. So the units at the very front will be the O2, O3 positions, and around 850 square foot, 2 bedroom apartment, and over 1,000 square foot for the 3 bedrooms. And then between each of the blocks, we'd also have garden areas and landscaping, which you can just see at the bottom right of the screen on Tower 1. So the towers we'd have available for sale. So Tower D, which is 16 floors. We've just released that tower, which would be the final tower to go on sale. So we have some of the very best waterfront units. So some of those positions, the O2, O3 positions right at the water's edge. And we still have some of those units available. They've been the fastest selling, obviously, as they are right on the waterfront. Tower E would be the tallest tower, so 18 floors in height. So we have around six or seven apartments available. And then the other 3 towers would all be fully sold out as well. The exact location would just be off the city centre. So it's just on Pomona Island, which you can see here. So again, right next to a tram station. And so 70 yards from Pomona tram station, which goes directly in the city centre in about 3 to 4 minutes. So you can obviously walk from the project to the city centre, but also take a very, very short tram directly into the city centre as well. Walking distance to Media City, So it's about a 1 mile difference between Michigan Towers and Manchester Waters, and again, right next to Manchester United Old Trafford Stadium as well. So the location of Manchester Waters, as mentioned, is under a massive investment transformation of the entire Pomona Island. So Peel are investing £700 million into Pomona Island. So you can see on the light blue will be our project. So that'll be Manchester Waters, which is the very first phase, the very first stage of the transformation of Pomona Island. And then you can see with the other color key codes, the further plans for the remainder of Pomona Island. So, I mean, experts and Peel's vision is for the city centre to actually form Pomona Island as a gateway between Media City and the city centre. So essentially, Pomona Island will form part of the city centre in the next 5 to 10 years. And obviously, we'd expect the property prices to become city centre property prices and absolutely rocket, to be honest, in terms of what they're going to be worth in 5 years compared to what they are today. So just to give an example, some of the larger apartments in Manchester Waters for sale, the price per square foot is only £270 per square foot, which is, absolutely ridiculous to find such low price per square foot anywhere in the UK, never mind a location so close to Manchester city centre and obviously in Manchester as well. So you can also see here a direction west to Media City and east to the city centre as well. So the apartments, so most apartments come with balconies. Those right on the waterfront would have the best views and the best balconies. So a big focus on indoor, outdoor space in Manchester Waters. So the tenant feedback has gone down very well. So Manchester Waters A actually completed tenancy in around 6 weeks. So it's the fastest ever we've ever, from a lettings point of view, actually let a building. So in terms of rental demand, Manchester Waters has surpassed our expectations. And then, so that would conclude both of the Manchester projects. I mean, we can send across, Azeem, and can send across all the project links, the brochures, the launch videos, the drone videos, etc. And then provide exact apartments that are available, including those 0203 waterfront units that are still available. And then any questions or if you need any further information, just feel free to add to the Q&A chat box. So moving on to our Chatham project. So this will be the project southeast of London. So about 36 commute directly from the high-speed train from Chatham Station to London St Pancras. So commuter belt location to central London. So Chatham would be 199 luxury, fully furnished apartments. So as mentioned, all of our apartments come fully furnished with the kitchens, the furniture, and everything the tenant would expect. The accommodation breakdown, so it'd be 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments in Chatham Waters. Every single apartment has a balcony, and I'd say 75% of the units also have some form of a water view as well. So Chatham is located right on the River Medway, which flows into the River Thames as well. So similar to the other projects, Chatham is also under a £650 million regeneration master plan for Peel again. So it's no surprise that each of these projects are incorporated in some form of investment master plan, which goes back to the very first things I mentioned with most of our clients being 80% investors. So as a developer, it's important from our point of view to find opportunities that have the biggest, the largest capital growth opportunities to pass that returns on to our investors. So here's a link to the Chatham Waters master plan, which you can send across. 1, 2, 3 bedroom units as mentioned. So high-speed trains, so it's an hourly train service from Chatham Station to St Pancras, which is 36 to 40 minutes. So during the COVID pandemic, we actually seen from a rental point of view and also a buyer's point of view in terms of people who are purchasing units for self-use, and we've seen a drastic, substantial increase in demand for this project. So we found, as well as Knight Frank and other companies and lettings agencies, we found a lot of young professionals working in mainly financial districts in London, so southeast of the London capital, moving out to London commutable areas such as Chatham. mainly because of most people are working from home during the pandemic, wanting something a little bit more value for money. For the same price of a studio in Canary Wharf, for example, you can get the penthouse in Chatham Waters, which is right on the water's edge. So we seen a massive increase in rental demand during the pandemic for this project, which actually increased the rental yields higher than what we predicted. So for Chatham, again, we offer the 2 years at 6% guaranteed return for the first 2 years. And as this project is completed, you can start receiving those returns straight away, maybe net of the ground rent service charge and the management fee. So amenities, so an on-site gym, car parking, large communal gardens in between both the blocks, as well as overnight security as well. And as the project is completed, there's obviously a stamp duty saving as well. If I just play this drone video, it's the latest drone video we had done in the project. So yeah, I mean, these would be the very best units, which would be on the right side of the north block, and they'd have the most expansive water views of the ocean here, which you can see. So there's a restaurant right outside the development as well, just gone down with tenants. Yeah, so I'd say aesthetically, from my point of view, I think Chatham Waters, you can see from some of those shots in the video, it has some of the best views in any development I've seen. So some of the water views are literally 360-degree views of the ocean. So there'll be 2 blocks in total, so the north block and the south block, both on the water's edge. And the north block will be 15 levels in height, and the south block will be 10 floors in height as well. And then you've got the promenade, which is just on the river, which is where there's going to be some retail restaurants and coffee shops as well, and where most of the pedestrians walk across in Chatham. This will be the exact location of Chatham Waters. So as I mentioned, southeast of London, just on the River Medway, which goes into the River Thames. A couple of stills showing Chatham now it's completed. The garden area and the garden communal area between both of the blocks. So some of these apartments here would have both garden and water views, which have been very popular. A photo of the actual gym in Chatham. So the gym in Chatham is enormous, to be honest. It's well over 1,000 square foot and comes fully equipped with treadmills, yoga apparatus, as well as rowing, etc. So in terms of location, obviously London is one of the main reasons why people like to live in Chatham Waters, so low commute distance and obviously a low price compared to other commutable towns. You've also got a lot of local amenities. So you've got a Asda supermarket, which is one of the largest supermarkets in the UK, just behind the development. You've got Starbucks, Odeon Cinema, and then you've also got Blue Water Shopping Centre. So Blue Water Shopping Centre is one of the largest shopping centres in the entire UK. So more than 300 stores, 50 bars, and tons of restaurants in Blue Water, and that's just a 20-minute drive from the project. We've also got Kent Downs, so we've had a few tenants and a few occupiers who quite like, obviously, the close proximity to the Cliffs of Dover and the Kent Downs as well. And then you've got access to just under an hour driving distance to the 3 major London airports as well. In terms of pricing, so similar price point to Manchester, which is obviously rare to find for being so close to central London. So 1 bedrooms from £227,500, 2 bedrooms from £275,000, and 3 bedrooms from £367,000. As mentioned, all apartments have balconies and a mixture of different views, with most of the apartments having some form of a water view. We do still have some apartments available with the very best waterfront views, which is seen in the videos, the front right corner units, and all the apartments come with the 2 years at 6% net rental guarantee as well. And obviously, as this project's completed, you can start seeing that turn instantly. This will be a view of a waterfront unit, and we have this apartment available now as well. And then a couple of actual images of the furniture in the project as well. So as I mentioned, fully furnished, beds, bedding, lampshades, wardrobes, all included in the apartments. A illustration of the promenade. This is how Pale vision the promenade looking once all the coffee shops and retail and restaurants are open. And then this would be one of the very best views, which would be a front right waterfront position. And then, yeah, that'd be just a very brief introduction to Chatham Waters. As I mentioned, if anyone does have interest in any of the 3 projects, you can visit our website, x1developments.com, and we can send across the brochures and the availability as well, and send them to Azeem or Emmanuel, who can share those details with you. Well, thank you very much for your time. And again, thanks Azeem and Emmanuel for inviting me on as a panelist.
All right. Thanks so much, Louis, for this. It's been an interesting session.
Yeah.
And a lot of questions that have been dropped, and we'll be asking them one by one. And the questions will be answered by both of you, Azeem and Louis. And I'm going to start with this. And this goes to this goes to Azeem, please. Azeem, if someone is asking, Daniel is asking, what's the legal process like in the UK if you want to invest in real estate?
Yeah, so it's a really good question, Daniel. So the legal process in the UK, as earlier mentioned, everything's regulated. So whenever a client buys a property, if it's for personal use or buy-to-let use, the whole transaction actually is transacted through a legal solicitor. So the solicitor's role is to act on your behalf between the developer and obviously the client itself. So their role is actually to do the due diligence, to make sure the contracts, the deeds, the regular searches of the property, everything's actually fully completed. So when you buy a property in the UK, you will then act, or you will then assign a solicitor. Many developers will introduce solicitors, or we have a panel of solicitors we can introduce. Their job is to actually act on your behalf, to make sure all the contracts, all the general searches, the deeds are actually fully actually official, and everything's official. Any transactions, any payments, it actually goes through the solicitors. It does not go to the developer. So everything's very protected in that sense. There is a process and a procedure in place with regards to KYC, AML, anti-money laundering, and due diligence. That's generally the benefit of buying in the UK, because obviously it just shows you that there are regulations in place. So yes, the solicitor's role is to actually act on your behalf until the completion of the whole purchase.
Okay, all right, thank you. Louis, are you still there? This question is for you. Louis? Okay, while we wait for Louis, probably I still push it to Azeem. Azeem, And okay, this is another question. So what are okay, Luis is back.
Sorry about that. Yeah, the system just went down a second.
All right. Okay, yeah, so there's a question for you too. And the question goes thus: what are the other eyebrow areas in the UK aside from London, Manchester, and Kent that you mentioned earlier? And how does the demand in the property affect real estate pricing over the years? I will ask again. Now, it's three in one question. The first one is, what are the other areas, eyebrow areas in the UK, aside from Manchester or London or Kent, that people can invest in? Then, okay, after investment, what does the demand, the high demand, affect real estate pricing over the years?
Okay, so was it the highest growth areas in the UK? Was that the first part?
Eyebrow. What are other eyebrow locations? That is top-notch locations in the UK aside Manchester, London, or Kent? Which other locations in the UK is seen as eyebrow? Is it Canary Wharf? Is Canary Wharf eyebrow? You know, and some other areas like that.
So I think if I can come in, Louis, just hold on. So if I can come in, basically because I think Louis will be talking about the locations where they have their projects. So I think maybe you should just pick some other areas. You guys have projects outside London and Manchester. So if X1 Developments have a project in some other parts of United Kingdom, so I think we can just talk about that.
Yeah, I think generally. So, I mean, generally the places where we've seen the most popular over the last 10 years. So, I mean, the Northwest, so Manchester, obviously this is the capital of the Northwest, but other areas such as Liverpool, Leeds, Sheffield, mainly some of the tertiary locations are more popular with student development rather than residential. So you typically find the most capital growth in established areas such as Manchester and London commuter belt, and close to London. And then some of the lesser or tertiary locations such as Sheffield, you can see high rental guarantees or rentals, especially with student, etc. But yeah, typically those locations I've discussed is where we've been focused as an investment developer over the last 12 years.
Okay. Azeem, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, sure. So I think, as Lewis mentioned, the Northwest seems to be the key area where the market seems to be focused for capital and rental appreciation. Other areas we can focus is London, generally within the M25. We have several projects within the M25 through different developments. You'll find the capital appreciation is not as high compared to the Northwest. The rental appreciation is not high, but there are some really good projects. Other areas where we can focus is, I think as also Lewis mentioned, is Liverpool, Leeds, which is part of Yorkshire, Sheffield. We have some really good areas, and the areas that's more attracting at the moment is outskirts of Manchester, like Preston. You quite well too. Generally, I think the powerhouse actually is the north, which is the Northwest. And that's where you will actually see the real appreciation for your money working for you.
Yeah, I think the problem with some, just to touch upon this, the problem with some of the other lesser locations like Preston, Eccles, etc., is just the pool of tenants as well. So some areas are considered more of a trend and obviously a staple. So, Manchester and London, staples, Liverpool, and some of the areas such as Sheffield, Preston, they might be hot or a trend for a couple of years, and then the future resale might be more difficult to sell than, say, a project in a key location like Manchester.
Okay. So, and you guys have projects in Liverpool as well?
Yeah, we've done thousands of units in Liverpool over the years. So, I mean, Liverpool, so as a rule of thumb, generally for every 10 inquiries or 10 forms of interest we have in Manchester, we have around 1 interest in Liverpool. So, of the interest being for Manchester, and then a small portion being for actually Liverpool.
Okay.
But Liverpool is
Thank
definitely
you.
the second city in the Northwest behind Manchester.
Okay. All right, so okay, let's move. There's a comment also from Honorable Oluwarinde, okay? I think you can remember, right? Okay, it's saying congratulations on the landmark project. That congratulations goes to you, Louis Smith. So yeah, we hope that the foreign investors, all right, we hope that the foreign investors will be assisted to get mortgage loans that are competitive. As in, UK lenders have made it difficult for foreign buyers to access mortgage loans. I don't know if you can comment on that. I will say it again. He's saying that UK lenders recently have made it difficult for foreign buyers to access mortgage loans. That's from Honorable Oluwarinde.
Okay, thank you for the question. Thank you for the question. It's actually the UK market and the UK banking are more favorable for foreign investors to actually buy in the UK. So the UK mortgage market is such a mature market where you have your typical high street banks like HSBC, Lloyds, Nationwide, RBS, Halifax. But then we also have the more private individual lenders, which are also FCA regulated, will actually cater for foreign investors. Now, the banks are fully flexible in the sense of securing mortgages. As a company, majority of our business is actually mortgages and properties. And like I said previously, 60% of our clients are actually our West African clients, where we actually have secured mortgages for each and individual client. We don't really come across many cash buyers, and if we do come across cash buyers, we'll always advise to take the mortgage where you are spreading the risk and spreading the cost of your monthly repayments to make your capital and profit work. So we've never come across any major issues with the UK banks. There's a trend at the moment where we are encouraging clients to open a limited company. The banks are more favorable for clients, for foreign investors, for buy-to-let, to actually purchase under a company. The main reason for that is for tax efficient. Your profits can be offset against your taxes. The other benefit is for CGT and inheritance. So if an individual is buying under a company and they look to buy multiple properties and they decide to gift the properties to their children, then it's more tax efficient. The banks are in the UK are very active and more favorable for clients actually looking to buy a limited company. Interest rates are generally quite low. If the client actually holds a UK banking or history or a banking history, then the rates are a bit more favorable. But if the client does not have any history or any banking history in the UK, we can still secure you 75% mortgage, which we are currently doing on a weekly and a daily basis. So to the question and to the answer, we've not come across any hurdles. As a company, we are already established and we have a really good network of people that we work with in the UK. And so far, things are moving extremely well. And we are actually offering 75% mortgages for clients based in West Africa. Yeah, I think you've muted. No.
Laolu is muted. You need to unmute yourself.
Okay, sorry. I noticed on Dr. Mafukuyomi asked a question, raising up his hand. So we're going to give him like a 60 seconds to ask his question or make his comment. So Dr. Mafukuyomi, you are on. Kindly unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you, Laolu. I have been on the road. I've been on. Thank you, gentlemen, and I don't know whether there's any lady there. I have just come to enjoy the presentation and look at the opportunities that are present in the UK. Thank you for inviting me. I've been on the road. I've been listening to you right on the express. I think I will send my question to your question and answer section.
Okay, we'll be.
But I can assure you, I've enjoyed the presentation.
Sure. I appreciate the time, sir. All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we proceed. We still have like 2-3 questions left here, and once we have that, we will move on. Okay, and Mr. Suwaniko is asking that, and this goes to Luis, that how much are your flats? How much are your flats? Luis, can you just give a range? 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom.
Yeah, sure. For the one bedrooms around £180,000 in Manchester. 2 bedrooms around £250,000, and then 3 bedrooms would be from £290,000 to around £390,000. It's just a very, very rough range.
Okay.
And studio apartments around £120,000.
All right. Okay. Then it's asking if there is any cost of transferring funds, especially if you're buying from, let's say, Nigeria now, and what are the cost implications in terms of charges now, Azeem and Luis?
Yeah, so in regards to charges, if you're looking to buy under construction, the developer will have a certain down payment that you will need to pay. Generally, there's a booking that you will have to pay to secure the unit to take it off live. Then there's a certain percentage that you will normally have to pay to exchange within 28 to 45 days. That is actually paid to the solicitor in the UK who acts on your behalf. The other charges is the legal charges. So the UK solicitors charge anything from £750 to £1,000. We do have some offers with developers where they will assist with contribution towards your legal fees. So that can be approved subject to approval. Other charges are when it comes to the mortgage, then there's a lending charges from the bank, as you would normally pay in any part of the world. There's evaluation charges, which will to conduct a full survey of the property. Then regards to life insurance, that's not mandatory. It's up to you if you decide to take a life insurance. Building insurance is not needed because it's under the NHBC certificate, which is a brand new project. If you're buying a brand new project, so that building insurance is actually covered. So generally the charges is actually split it up through the legal. The solicitors have their own charges regards to when it comes to mortgages. But if you're buying under construction, the only charges that will apply to yourself will be the initial down payment, which you'll have to pay to exchange. Then there's no further charges which will be introduced at the time of completion and handover.
Okay, thank you, Azeem. Okay, now this goes back to question goes to Luis again. The same man, Mr. Siwani Kukunle, that asked about the prices. He's not asking specifically about the one in Kent. So what are the prices of your development in Kent?
So the one bedrooms in Kent will be about 230,000
I think that should be Chatham, right? That should be Chatham.
Chatham, yeah. Chatham Waters, okay. Yeah. So one bedrooms in Chatham Waters are around £230,000. 2 bedrooms are anywhere from £280,000 to £330,000. And then the 3 bedrooms will be from £367,000 up to £490,000 for the very top floor penthouse.
All right. Thank you. I think answered all the questions. I don't know if Louis. Louis, do you have any additional information that you need to add?
Sorry, I think I missed that. Sorry for the line. And then I was the question, sorry.
Okay, I'm saying, do you have additional information you would like to add as well by your project and development?
Any more additional information?
Yeah,
Any offers?
you would like to share.
Yeah, so I'll just say, we can look, as Azeem mentioned, we can look to contribute £1,000 to the legal fees. All the properties come fully furnished, all the furniture is included. The 2 years, 6% net rental guarantee is available for all of the projects. Obviously, the benefit with Chatham is that's completed, so you can start receiving the rental guarantee straight away. So obviously, you don't have to wait for the project to complete. And then, we can send across the available apartments and then see, what the very best opportunity and best pricing we can do for the client.
Okay, thank you. Azeem, any other comments before we go for this interview?
No, I think generally Lewis has actually explained, and I think Mr. Emmanuel highlighted earlier on, the UK market is a great time to invest as a buy-to-let. It's such a vibrant market at the moment. The timing is absolutely essence. The interest rates are the lowest rates that you can consider, and it's a good place to actually build your property portfolio, especially in the UK or in the current market.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll be right back. Just want to take a short break and be right back. Thank you.
Welcome to the future of real estate investment, the Pacific Legos by Global Property Partners. Who are we?
Global Property Partners is a member of Cavalli Business and Investment Group, a fast-growing company in Lagos, Nigeria, and we have associates all over the world in UK, UAE, USA, and we are spreading our tentacles more. Global Property Partners is an investment firm with a core interest in real estate, investment, partnership, and we also have a little bit of interest also in energy.
Our mission.
Yeah, we are here to create avenues for individuals, corporate bodies, organizations, Nigerians in diaspora, even foreigners to, generate revenues and to more or less improve their financial worth.
Why the Pacific Legos?
Pacific Lagos is a platform whereby, people with interest or organizations or corporate bodies with interest in real estate, can take advantage of, to really generate the kind of revenue we are talking about. We've actually looked around and we discovered that we don't really have much of hotel apartments, in Nigeria, unlike when you go to Dubai, when you go to UK, and look, why don't we bring that concept into Nigeria, whereby you can buy hotel apartment, 1 and 2 bedroom, and run the short-let kind of real estate business with it. And at the same time, we're also looking at a situation whereby we can also help improve the real estate industry. That's why we have Pacific Lagos.
What is the Pacific Legos?
Pacific Lagos is a twin tower project right there on Ozumba, Umbadewe Avenue, Victoria Land, not far away from the Radisson Blu, the Kofu Abayomi, and law school and all that. Pacific Lagos is a twin project, like I said, twin tower with a residential block and a commercial block. The commercial block is on the 13th floor, block, and the residential is a 15th floor block. From the ground floor to the second floor, you have the car park. Then on the top floor, you have the recreational floor where you have all the fun. Yeah, we're talking about the swimming pool, the gym, the lounges. You even have a mini mart. There's a possibility of having a cinema. So that floor is where you have all the fun you want. Then, still talking about the residential, from the 4th floor to the 15th floor, you have on each floor you have 2 1-bedroom, which is 97 square meters. Then you have a smaller 2-bedroom, which is 98 square meters, just a unit of that. Then you now also have 2 units of 129 square meters of 2-bedroom, which is replicated on the 4th floor to the 15th floor.
How to invest in the Pacific Legos?
You might be thinking, okay, how can I partake in this lovely project? It's as simple as this. 2 options: either you buy into it or you invest your funds into it.
Buying means that you drop an initial deposit of 10 million and you spread your balance over 30 months. And the project is slated for 36 months. Sometime in 2023, this project is planned to be delivered. So you pay over 30 months. Then if you want to invest, all you need is just as low as 5 million naira. Once you drop your 5 million naira, you can get your returns annually. Mouth-watering return for that matter. And if you want to learn more, just put a call through. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. It's been a great and interesting time. Serious value adding, and I believe all our participants have gained one thing or the other about the UK real estate industry and properties. And I believe right now probably we'll be putting our pen into paper and listing the locations we would like to invest. And like all our speakers, just to bring it home, there's opportunities to make good money from the real estate in the UK. There's mortgage opportunities, and there are other incentives in other editions of our business meeting. We'll be sharing so many opportunities that you can get from this platform. So as we round up, I would like to probably get like 30 seconds final word from our speakers. I'll start with Mr. Emmanuel Odemayowa. We're rounding up shortly. We'd like to hear your final words from you, sir.
Okay, Laolu, thank you. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think we had a great time, really. Especially, talks from Azeem and of course from Louis. We looked at real estate investment in the UK from two major perspectives, which is about the project itself and of course about financing. So I think it's really been a great one. And right now we are getting contacts already in terms of investing in the UK real estate. So this event we have had today, we're also looking forward to organize more of this. A lot of them is going to still be with X1 development. From what we understand right now, especially their projects in Chatham, Kent, a lot of people are picking up interest. So we are still going to probably come back with a new one once again, and see how we can have another business meeting like this. So I just want to appreciate everyone on the panel, Azeem and Louis, and of course Laolu, who has done a great job this morning, moderating the sessions. So I appreciate everybody, and of course all our participants that have attended, even despite all their very tight schedules. Somebody said the other time that he's been in traffic and he's been following the program. Of course, he still had a great time. So we appreciate everyone. So I would look forward to you coming on board to come and invest into the real estate market, especially with X1 development. So once again, just want to thank everybody. So and I wish everyone of us a great time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Azeem, final word before we go.
Yeah, thank you for the setup, Laolu, and obviously thank you for Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you for obviously Lewis coming on. I think as Mr. Emmanuel highlighted earlier, and also Lewis highlighted, the timing cannot be any better. The UK market is a progressing market. The benefit that you guys have that we can actually have in-house mortgages, so we have the finance in-house, which is we have the setup already, but we can actually secure the mortgages for you on any completed property, on a handover properties. So the timing is absolutely essence. We're here to educate investors what's happening in the UK. That's our role. And we're here to work with you very closely with GPP and Gulfcoast Finance, where we can actually educate the clients and get them to their dreams that they need to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Azeem. I appreciate that. So, Louis, final words from you and from X1 Development.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to Emmanuel and obviously Azeem for the invite to be a panelist today. And obviously thank you for everyone, including that one particular client who managed to join even in traffic. Thank you very much for him. And yeah, I mean, just in terms of the property market, you know, we're in very, very unique circumstances where, you know, the GBP, the pound, is at an all-time low interest rate of the Bank of England's or an unforeseen rate before. In terms of developments, you know, I really do believe that the next 10 years is going to be the very last chance to specifically invest in the likes of Manchester. Obviously, Manchester's growing at such an acceleration pace that is expected, you know, the growth to slow over the next 15 to 20 years. So the likes of the investment master plans, which we touched upon today, they are some of the very last remaining large-scale investment programs in Manchester, and obviously the likes of Chatham as well being a completed project. But yeah, thanks everyone for your time, and if you need anything else, just let me know.
All right, thank you, Louis. And on behalf of Global Property Partners, we would like to appreciate every one of us, as well as our participants, and we really appreciate you. And just a quick reminder, this program, GPP Business Meeting, is being organized by Global Property Partners, and Global Property Partners is a global investment firm with core interest in real estate investment, partnerships, and infrastructure. And as you can see, this business meeting, you know, showcases some of our partners as well, and we are growing and expanding. And like I said at the beginning, yeah, currently we're in the UK, we're strongly in the UK, we're strongly in the UAE, and we're gradually entering US and Canada. And GPP has one premium project going on in Lagos, Nigeria. It's called the Facilitation Lagos. I'm sure we would have seen in some of the clips from the videos we've been playing during the interview. That's our project, and it's moving fast there in Lagos, Nigeria. So the prime location of Zumba, by the way, and that's the premium location in Lagos, Nigeria, on the highland. And I will recommend we watch out for that. And also, you are free to make inquiries if you need more information on that. And the GPP Business Meeting has come to stay, and we'll be having more editions, just like my CEO mentioned earlier. So the next edition will be coming up in July 2021, and in that edition, we'll be focusing on UAE projects. And in other editions, we'll still come back to the UK, and I can assure you, yeah, we have a lot to offer. We appreciate the time, and we're glad that you are here, and I will look forward to seeing every one of you in the next edition in July. And feel free to make inquiries. If you have inquiries, you can send your inquiries to info@globalpropertypartners.net, info@globalpropertypartners.net, or you put a call through to 081 622647, 08167622647, and or you just visit our website, which is www.globalpropertypartners.net. Again, we appreciate the time, and appreciate you, Louis Smith, appreciate Azeem, and also appreciate Mr. Emmanuel Odemayowa. Appreciate every person that have participated in this business meeting. We look forward to seeing you the next time, and we wish you the best. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Strategically located in the heart of the plush and prestigious Ozumba Umbanawe area of Victoria Island is a magnificent tower that has a unique blend of commercial, luxury, residential, and place-based development. Introducing the Pacific Lagos. With breathtaking views of Lagos Lagoon, Echo Atlantic, and Victoria Island, giving each of the apartments, like the 97 square meter one-bedroom apartment, a vibrant and cozy feel. The 98 square meters two-bedroom apartment is elegant and spacious. The 129 square meters two-bedroom apartment is true magic. Best described as a luxury boutique residence, where the ultimate in style meets impeccable design. Strategically located in the heart of the plush and prestigious Ozumba Umbanawe area of Victoria Island, is a magnificent tower that has a unique blend of commercial, luxury, residential, and place-based development. Introducing the Pacific Lagos. With breathtaking views of Lagos Lagoon, Echo Atlantic, and Victoria Island, giving each of the apartments, like the 97 square meter one-bedroom apartment, a vibrant and cozy feel. The 98 square meters two-bedroom apartment is elegant and spacious. The 129 square meters two-bedroom apartment is true magic. Best described as a luxury boutique residence, where the ultimate in style meets impeccable design.